What was that? It's fucking cold out here. Look at that. It's Michigan Bay right there. It's sunset. Anyway, this one right here, I'll just call this one patterns, okay? It's kind of like, it's like, you seem like you're so fucking, some people like think like I'm like sometimes they, like, look, okay, I put out a lot of kind of like false leads, false intelligence. It doesn't mean I'm a deceiver or I'm a liar. It just means I'm cautious and I'm strategic. And just in case, man, you think I'm dumb, man, you can fucking play me or something. Sometimes I play really stupid. I keep it real simple stupid. You know why? This shit be complicated sometimes. It's all good. I signed up for this. I prayed. I asked for this. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes. And hey, I got it. What am I supposed to be like mad about it now? Cry, throw a fit. Go put some butt cream on my butt hurt. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But anyway, yeah, man, patterns, dude. It's like, look, people don't realize how much they telegraph. Like, look, and it's like, look, microaggressions. A microaggression is like, look, it's like a dig. It's like a poke. It's like a loaded question. It's like a reverse, wait, what is it called? A backhanded compliment, which means somebody compliments you. You're pretty fucking good looking for having such an ugly fucking heart. You know what I'm saying? Look, okay, look, for instance, that's just me trying to role play out something. You know, somebody might say in a backhanded compliment. You know what I'm saying? So that's a microaggression. It's a declaration of war, or it's when somebody kind of lets it be known that, hey, they're harboring they're feeling some type of way. And this is, look, when you're dealing with coverts, man, covert or the wounded narcissist, man, fucking like vulnerable narcissist, that's where they act vulnerable and allow people to like think that they're prey-ish or weak, so that you'll come in and actually, it's like, look, a wounded narcissist, a vulnerable narcissist basically plays wounded, but plays dead like a possum, but that's how they hunt. Other predators come in and sniff on that like, man, and then they go to take a bite, and that's when, wham, that you get hit, right? So to speak. And because I've seen this before, I've seen the patterns, and it's like, dude, man, dude, it's crazy so how sometimes I just got people's fucking number. And I know what they're gonna motherfucking do. I can sense it. I'm very sensitive and full of intuition. Like, I'm very intuitive. I've had some NDEs. I've done a lot of studying. I've had a lot of spiritual experiences. You know what I'm saying? I've been kind of awakened to things more than most. I was kind of born that way. It's like, look, sometimes gifts skip generations, man. And it's up for the Levites and the priests to be watching for people who have the aptitude of that sort of thing. But we've moved away from the tribal kind of life for a long fucking time. But, you know, being on the path of the healer, man. I mean, look, the wounded healer, you know what I'm saying? Because I have been wounded, man. And it's like, now, these days, I'm not suspicious. I'm not trying to beat them to the punch necessarily, but I know but I'm ready for when they do go. I'm already ready. You know what I'm saying? But you can't, you know, you gotta, it's kind of being intuition, man, is like you use your sensory information, your feelings, your experience, all your perception. It's not just what you see. Perception ain't just what you see. Perception's everything that you have seen. It's using your full faculty, your spirit body, your energy body, your knowledge body. You know what I'm saying? Fucking all in tune with one another, and then they're synchronized to the moment and the situations that you're going through. It's kind of like, look, it's like, it sucks, but I can tell a motherfucker almost like what they gonna do sometimes before they do it, and then they like, look, or is it just really my mind controlling through suggestion and some kind of hypnotic shit? Am I really doing that? It would seem like that, dude, but no, I'm really not. It's just this. I got this new philosophy of it's like this: give niggas enough rope to hang themselves. And I always tell people, I know you don't really trust me. You're just pretending to look the other way so that you're giving me enough rope to hang myself because you really don't trust me. So what do? Put me in responsibility of stuff, right? So look, if somebody does that, I will not take debate. I'm gonna do right by shit, man. I mean, hey, I said right. I didn't say perfect, okay? Nobody. If anybody who is too perfect, that's a pattern. Something's wrong there, right? I'm just a regular dude, but look, hey, I push myself to a point where, like, look, sometimes I'm kind of prolific at some things that I do. And I'm striving for that, dude, like, in a way. Urban legend. Yeah, look, all this stuff I'll be talking in my rhymes and my music, it's loosely based on facts. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes. I could say all the time, nah, dude, it's like, look, I don't know. I don't need necessarily external validation. That's another, and every time I try to outsource and recruit niggas in to help me, like, chew on some fat, it seems like they end up turning on me and weaponizing that information against me. And that's where I'm saying I still got room to grow. I really didn't need to say nothing and bring certain individuals in. I didn't, look, third wheel situation, right? And it's like, duh, that didn't go right. You know what I'm saying? Fucking, what was I thinking at the time? I wasn't thinking, because I'm all up in my head trying to replay these moves and these patterns. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, it was like, look, and a micro expression is like this. Like, one time, me and somebody close to me, we were fucking arguing. They, like, baited me into a trap, like an argument. And look, they set this shit up. They always bring backup. They have, AKA, they have an audience, a witness. But what they're doing is try to get you to respond with reactive abuse. Because you've been being abused and accused and fucking, like, and it's giving you the blues, and it's the last straw that broke the camel's motherfucking back. So you go on the counterattack, the counterinsurgency. But look, and then the audience kind of like, oh, we all believe this way about it, so you gotta be wrong. It's like, if everybody could be jumping off a cliff too, motherfucker, swearing they right, but hey, who's still gonna be alive and who's gonna be going, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, and likewise, man. It's fair for me to give everybody enough rope to hang themselves, but they can't do it to me. Of course you should do that to me. But listen, I'm a man of honor, dude, and respect. And I really I care about how people perceive me deep down. I can't give a fuck, though, because you can't please everybody. And sometimes when you do well, all the people who are trying to, like, fake it till they make it, and they ain't really fully invested in the shit that they be proclaiming, or while it's convenient, they're or what is it, fence jumpers, you know what I'm saying? Hey, nigga, wait your turn. Anyway, fence riders, you know what I'm saying? Those are look, when shit get tough, man, when the rewards stop coming for them, or they feel like, okay, I'm secretly intimidated by this nigga and I'm playing him close, like enemy, keep your enemies close type shit. And then they gonna recruit some niggas, some flying monkeys, some smear campaigning, and some fucking, they're gonna be doing what they do, man. They're look, narcissists are strategic as well. You know what I'm saying? And they're, but see, the difference between my strategic and theirs, these people are diabolical, but that's also their fall, because look, when you give in to insanity and going crazy, it makes you prone to getting rash and making bad decisions. And all your finely led plans and all that faking and snaking that you did, eventually look, when those snakes shed that skin, that was a snake. And man, and then you look around, you're like, man, I've been so engaged in this, I forgot to cut the grass. So no wonder I got bit. Now I need somebody to suck the poison out. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, patterns, man. Like, look, after I said that, man, I said that to somebody, man. Like, first I said, man, I goes, you think you are so fucking like slick. Like, but look, no, now that I got your number, it's like I can read your mind. I can see your wheels turn. I get it. I know your tells, your cues, your micro expressions. Yeah, micro expression, back to that. This person I know, listen, they engaged me. I started defending myself, okay? Because from the way they looked at it, I was being arrogant. I was being inconsiderate. I wasn't appeasing you and just, look, you would jump how high, because, look, I learned, like, every time I try to do what you say, I tried to do it, and then you would move the goalpost on me. So, look, I stopped playing that game after I figured out that it was a game. That's a microaggression. And look, a microexpression is this. When I was arguing, I noticed when they were supposed to be mad and upset and so hurt about something, they had one half a smile like this, like a smile in the corner, and I went, you're fucking enjoying this. And I realized how that didn't fit what they were saying, right? Start shape-shifting on me, right? A little bit. They didn't realize it's like one of those reptilians on TV, on the news. All of a sudden, it's like face starts shifting, and then everybody around them starts freaking out because they can tell they're shifting, but they can't. That's how narcs are, dude. And these people that, it's like, dude, you don't let your pattern go so many times. It's like, because look, it's almost like you trained your subconscious that it's okay for you to just do evil and shit. And sometimes you Freudian slip, you tell on yourself. Your micro expressions give you away. That's like the term duping delight. These crisis actor people on TV. Sometimes, look, somebody's listening. They're, oh, my kids were just killed in a school shooting. But then they show the full cut and these guys are smiling. Or they start smiling after they say something like this, they smile. That's a micro expression, and that doesn't jive. That micro expression that you just said. And then they're saying, because they use it as to go on a microaggression, which is it's an undeclared declaration of war. It's declared in deed, but it is not declared openly, right? Like the cowardly people who are afraid, they're so, look, external validation to them is everything. Look, blended into the group setting is everything. They can't stand alone. They can't think alone. They can't operate alone. And when you start like trying to go in on them, they just word salad. They try to derail the conversation. They start talking, instead of sticking to let's compare apples to apples and oranges to oranges. They try to go apples to oranges, and then it's like, what's that got to do with the price of tea in China? And it lets you know they're guilty. And a lot of times these patterns are. It's like, man, you go on a campaign, like, look, when it seems like you're up to something, all of a sudden you say to me, what am I up to, right? And it's like, that's your own guilty mind, man. You're mirroring yourself, nigga. And then, like, sometimes it's me mirroring you back. No wonder I do look guilty. It's because it seems like you're guilty of something. And where do you go from there? That's an endless circular argument, man. Goes nowhere, dude, and just gets gutter fucking balled over and over and over. And it's like, dude, this is like Groundhog's fucking Day conversation. I'm sick of it. And I heard this. If you find yourself explaining yourself to the same person over and fucking over and fucking over and fucking over, and it's like, I know you know this by now, because I done explained it to you so many times. You're either you're playing stupid, you're acting dumb, or listen, you know I'm right. So like you won't play ball with me. You won't fuck with me, DJ. You know what I'm saying? And that in itself is a tell and a sign and a microaggression. And it's in you can see the subtle shifts, man. Those microaggressions and expressions, dude. Like, look. It was like, I was with somebody the other night, and it was like, we were chilling, man. We were supposed to be celebrating. Just a few minutes ago, we were in a great mood. Then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, they had this long face. And I thought of, like, that movie Blow at the end when he was like, look, he's like, man, we're supposed to be celebrating. We just made millions of dollars. And he goes, oh, no. He goes, okay, let's get it over with. And he raised his hands up, and the DEA and the FBI come kicking in the door, right? And I felt like that. I'm like, wait a second, what did you just do? Right? And I called this person out on it. Then, you know, we squashed it. We had a bickering session for fucking a while after that. A back and forth that did nothing. That explained nothing. Just a bunch of the same old. Then, the next day, same exact motherfucking thing. We were having a good time, you know, it was cool, we were laughing, everything was okay. Then at the same time, while eating, halfway through, they fucking had that long face, and I goes, you know what? You just did the same exact fucking thing you did last night. And I had to put my food away. I couldn't even finish it because my stomach hurt because my adrenaline got triggered. Ooh, look at that moon over there. That bit's huge. Anyway, man, and look, they spirit swap me, dude. They energy swap me, dude, twice, right? And that's a pattern. And the day before that, I said, dude, it's the patterns that I'm seeing. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, bye.